A sonic boom shatters the desert night, a sleek shadow blazing at 6 times the speed of sound, defying every weapon and boundary. The SR-72 Darkstar, heir to the SR-71 Blackbird's legend, is no mere aircraft. It's a pulse of human ambition, a shield for a nation. For pilots soaring into the unknown, engineers forging its fire and the world it safeguards, the Darkstar is a vow to conquer the skies, securing freedom's future with unmatched power and courage. The SR-71 Blackbird was a Cold War titan, a titanium marvel cruising at 3 times the speed of sound, 85,000 feet above Earth. On April 15, 1986, Major Brian Schul piloted an SR-71 over Libya during Operation El Dorado Canyon, evading 6 SA-5 missiles while capturing imagery that guided U.S. airstrikes on Tripoli. In 1972, an SR-71 overflew Hanoi, photographing North Vietnamese defenses in 30 minutes, data that saved countless lives. Its Pratt & Whitney J-58 engines burned 8 gallons of JP-7 fuel per second, achieving a speed record of 2,193 miles per hour in 1976. By 1998, its $200,000 per flight hour cost and the rise of reconnaissance satellites led to its retirement, leaving a void in high-speed intelligence. Today, global threats demand a successor. Conflicts in Ukraine reveal Russian hypersonic ambitions. South China Sea tensions highlight China's naval dominance. Iran's missile tests and North Korea's provocations escalate risks. Russia's Kh-47M2 Kinzhal missile reaches 10 times the speed of sound with a 1,200-mile range. China's DF-17 hypersonic weapon achieves 12 times the speed of sound with a 1,800-mile range. Iran's Fateh missile hits 15 times the speed of sound with an 870-mile range. North Korea's Hwasong-18 solid-fuel ICBM threatens global targets. India's hypersonic technology demonstrator vehicle aims for 6 times the speed of sound by 2030. The SR-72 Darkstar, dubbed the son of Blackbird, rises to meet these challenges. In 2007, Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works, creators of the U-2, SR-71, and F-117 Nighthawk, began development. In 2013, Aviation Week reported a 60-foot demonstrator, sized like an F-22 Raptor with a 62-foot wingspan, powered by a single engine sustaining 6 times the speed of sound for 10 minutes. Testing was planned for 2018 at Edwards Air Force Base. By 2017, a prototype flew with T-38 Talon jets at Plant 42, Palmdale, California, observed by aerospace enthusiasts. In 2023, unconfirmed reports noted subscale tests at Area 51, reaching 7 times the speed of sound. By 2025, satellite imagery suggested a full-scale prototype at Edwards, with operational readiness targeted for 2030. The program's secrecy reflects its strategic weight, a $20 billion investment in national security. The SR-72's revival ignites pride. Engineers, inspired by childhood dreams of the Blackbird, work tirelessly, their passion etched in every blueprint. Test pilot Captain Sarah Carter, a 32-year-old former F-35 pilot, trains in hypersonic simulators, her heart racing at the thought of 6 times the speed of sound. The Darkstar is a legacy reborn, a beacon of resolve in a world of rising threats. The SR-72's propulsion system is a technological marvel, a turbine-based combined cycle engine developed since 2006 with Aerojet Rocketdyne. It integrates a turbojet, either a Pratt & Whitney F-100 with 25,600 pounds of thrust, or a General Electric F-110 with 29,400 pounds, for subsonic to 3 times the speed of sound flight, with a supersonic combustion ramjet for 6 times the speed of sound. A concentric dual-flow path design uses titanium alloy inlet flaps, adjustable to within 1 millimeter, to channel airflow. At 3 times the speed of sound, the scramjet ignites, compressing air at 2,200 degrees Celsius via shock waves, achieving a specific impulse of 4,000 seconds, doubling traditional jet efficiency. Scramjet combustion is a ferocious challenge. Air at 4,600 miles per hour reaches 10 atmospheres of pressure, dissociating into plasma with ionized oxygen and nitrogen. Hydrogen fuel, stored at minus 250 degrees Celsius, or JP-7 derivatives ignite in a 1-meter combustion chamber, with flame speeds exceeding 1,000 meters per second. Cooling systems circulate liquid methane at minus 160 degrees Celsius through microchannels of 1/10 millimeter diameter, dissipating 10 megawatts per square meter heat flux. The engine's exhaust velocity reaches 3,200 meters per second, with a thrust-to-weight ratio of 6:1. Yttria stabilized zirconia coatings with thermal conductivity of 1 watt per meter Kelvin protect components from melting. The combustor's ceramic matrix composite lining, silicon carbide reinforced, withstands 3,000 degrees Celsius. The engine's development required solving airflow instabilities, with shockwave angles calculated to within 1 degree. Computational fluid dynamics models, running on 10 petaflop supercomputers, simulated hypersonic flow. Imagine Captain Carter in the cockpit, the scramjet's roar shaking her core as the SR-72 climbs to 100,000 feet, the horizon curving into space. In 2022, Top Gun. Maverick unveiled the fictional Darkstar, its delta wings, 60-foot span, and scramjet propulsion mirroring the SR-72. Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works engineers, consulted for authenticity, lent the film chilling realism, sparking speculation of an imminent reveal. At a 2013 airshow in Los Angeles, Lockheed displayed an 18-foot Darkstar model, matte black with angular lines, drawing 10,000 spectators who gasped at its sleek form. In 2024, aerospace journals reported sonic booms near Groom Lake, Nevada, suggesting Mach 8 tests. By 2025, industry insiders noted vibrations at Edwards Air Force Base, hinting at full-scale prototype runs. This cultural phenomenon ignited imaginations. Children built Darkstar models from plastic kits, their eyes wide with wonder. Aspiring pilots like Carter pushed harder in flight school, dreaming of its cockpit. Engineers like Dr. Patel, watching the film with his teenage daughter, felt tears welling. His classified work, once a secret, now inspired millions. The SR-72 became a symbol of possibility, a bridge from cinematic fiction to a future where the sky knows no bounds. The SR-72 transcends reconnaissance, designed for precision strikes, electronic warfare, cyber operations, and space missions. In 2018, Lockheed's Vice President of Strategy, Jack O'Banion, highlighted digital manufacturing, three-dimensional printed Inconel 718 components with 500mm cooling channels, cutting production time by 50%. The airframe uses carbon fiber reinforced composites with a Young's modulus of 200 gigapascals, silicon carbide ceramic matrix composites stable at 3,200 degrees Celsius, and graphene-enhanced nickel superalloys with 1,400 megapascals tensile strength. Yttria stabilized zirconia coatings, with thermal conductivity of 1 watt per meter Kelvin, and ablative phenolic layers protect against 2,800 degrees Celsius heat. The angular design achieves a radar cross-section of 1/10 square meter, blending speed with stealth. The global hypersonic arms race drives urgency. Russia's 3M-22 Zircon missile reaches 9 times the speed of sound with a 600-mile range, targeting naval fleets. China's DF-21D, dubbed the carrier killer, achieves 10 times the speed of sound with a 900-mile range. Iran's Fateh missile hits 15 times the speed of sound with an 870-mile range. North Korea's Hwasong-18 threatens global targets with solid fuel reliability. India's Hypersonic Technology Demonstrator Vehicle, tested in 2024, aims for 6 times the speed of sound. Lockheed's SR-72 webpage vanished in 2018, reflecting Pentagon secrecy amid these threats. For engineers, every component is a vow to protect pilots. Captain Carter, training in a 20-kilogram pressure suit with liquid-cooled linings, feels their sacrifice, her resolve hardening for the inferno of hypersonic flight. The SR-72 is their shared dream, a machine that carries their hopes into the stratosphere. Reinforcement learning, using Q-learning algorithms with 10,000 iterations, optimizes evasion against S-500 missiles, calculating 300 possible trajectories per second. Laser-based data links at 10 gigabits per second integrate with B-21 Raider stealth bombers and NGAD fighters, sharing 1 terabyte of data per minute. In the Taiwan Strait, a 2034 Chinese naval blockade collapses as the SR-72 disables radar ships with electronic warfare, while F-47s sink destroyers with laser-guided 200-kilogram bombs. In 2036, Russia deploys anti-satellite missiles, but the SR-72 launches 100-kilogram microsatellites, restoring U.S. GPS in 1 hour. A 2038 cyber scenario sees the SR-72 deploying electromagnetic pulse payloads, disrupting North Korean command networks. The SR-72 reshapes geopolitics. China's DF-17, Russia's Zircon, Iran's Fateh, North Korea's Hwasong-18, and India's Hypersonic Technology Demonstrator Vehicle threaten global stability, but the SR-72's 60-minute global strike capability deters aggression. NATO integrates it into joint exercises with bases in Germany and Poland by 2032. Quad partners, United States, Japan, India, Australia, deploy it to counter China's Pacific Fleet, protecting $1 trillion in annual trade. Sensors map battlefields in 4,000-pixel resolution, detecting tank movements from 100 miles. Cybersuites, using quantum encryption, disrupt enemy networks in 1 second. By 2040, variants could carry 100-kilowatt lasers, destroying missiles at 50 miles, or hypersonic drones with 500-kilometer ranges. Economically, the SR-72's $20 billion program supports 10,000 jobs across California, Texas, and Ohio, boosting aerospace innovation. For Carter's family, watching her train, it's a source of pride. For Dr. Patel, whose journey from Mumbai to Skunk Works spans 30 years, it's a legacy of sacrifice. For citizens, it's hope, a shield ensuring freedom soars. The SR-72, Darkstar and F-47 fuse speed, stealth, and soul, Redefining Warfare. The future unfolds. New tests, missions, and triumphs await. Subscribe now to follow the SR-72's ascent, from classified trials to global victories. Join the dreamers, builders, and pilots who make the impossible soar. Subscribe today and ride the hypersonic wave to tomorrow.